Welcome back to the Volmer Community Center in LaSalle. Score after 20 minutes of play is Strathroy 1 and LaSalle 1. Joined now by General Manager of the Strathroy Rockets, also a member of the Board of Governors for the Greater Ontario Junior Hockey League, Dan Gibson. I saw a report on another media outlet yesterday saying that the Golden Horseshoe Conference wants out of the GOJHL. Dan, give us a little background. First of all, is that true?
Yeah, they put a request into the OHA to basically extract themselves from the GOJHL and become their own league once again as the Golden Horseshoe League, but still play for the Sutherland Cup as one of the Junior B hockey clubs in Ontario.
What's the background on this? Like, what's this stemming from?
Well, there's a lot of stuff that's been going on. Obviously, the decision to try and go Junior A is what started it all way back in April. And there's some things that have been happening that a lot of teams are, unhappy about the approach that's being taken, as well as the, not following the Constitution and things like that. So it's, I think it's their way of saying, hey, we want to continue to operate as a professional organization, and they feel that it's their best interest to go on their own and continue following the guidelines that they think are going to help them continue to be one of the best Junior B leagues in the country.
Now, you mentioned the Junior A application earlier in the year. For our listeners who don't know what that means, the entire GOJHL applied to go Junior A, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. The entire league asked to go Junior A as a league, move us from the Junior B status into a Junior A status. It was denied by the OHA, and we're continuing to pursue that. And don't get me wrong, I would love to be Junior A at some point as well, but there's procedures, there's there's direction that you have to follow to try and get there. And doing it the right way is probably the smartest thing we can do, and making sure we're following all the rules, the regulations, and cooperating with the governing bodies to try and get us to that status. And then, if we don't do that, the OHA is not going to cooperate, obviously, and we want to work with them, I think, as much as we can. Some of us do anyway, and there's others that, want to do it their way, and I think that's where the separation's coming in.
We'll leave your Board of Governors hat on the table right now. We'll put your Rockets GM hat on. As a GM from a team in another conference of the same league, your thoughts on what they want to do? Does that hurt the league, in your opinion?
Well, it definitely hurts the league. I mean, we got a reputation, like I said, of being the best Junior B league in the country, which is pretty significant if you really look at it. And when you lose 8 teams, it's obviously going to hurt. I mean, if it's we're down to 18 teams as a league, again, it becomes on people wondering, okay, why is the league separating? Why does one conference want to become their own league again? What's happening within the governors? And lots of questions come up. And right now we're being heavily scouted by a lot of NCAA schools, OHLs. I mean, I talked to 2 OHL scouts here tonight already, and the more, I guess, negative involvement that is within the league, the less these people are going to come and want to watch. So we just got to be careful and really, I think, go about it the right way and make sure that we're covering all our grounds as we try to do this.
All right, your Board of Governors hat back on. You were telling me off the air that some of the new governors want nothing to do with the expansion of the league or whatnot because of the cost of travel. What are we talking about for costs and money involved here?
Well, I mean, obviously with expansion, you would have to travel further distances. You might have more bus trips, and that's concerns with some teams. But at the same time, we brought in a commissioner who, they're looking at paying a significant amount of money, and it's going to cost large dollars to pay him as well and his expenses. So, it's just looking at it the right way, I guess, as opposed to, one person wants to do one thing, one person wants to do another thing, one group wants to do one thing and another thing. So we just we got to try and get our heads on straight and do what's right for the entire GOJHL and hopefully try to keep all 26 teams together.
Where is the status with the Golden Horseshoe and this procedure? Have they officially applied, or what's the status right now?
There's an OHA board meeting, I believe, every month, and I think it's the third Monday in every month, or I'm not quite sure, but sometime in November they'll have a decision on whether they have the right to separate and become their own league again. I don't, from looking at the rules and the Constitution and the OHA Constitution and Hockey Canada's Constitution book, I don't see anything that would prevent them from giving them the right to go out back into their own league. But again, I don't know the insides of it. But like I said, just looking through all the information that I have, I don't see anything that will stop them from authorizing them to be their own league again.
And do you agree? I don't know if you can answer this now, but do you agree that if that does happen, would they have a right still to compete for the Sutherland Cup with the Midwest and the West?
Yeah, that's actually a question that I've already asked. The Sutherland Cup is an Ontario Junior B Championship trophy. So any Junior B team in the province could participate for the Sutherland Cup, is my understanding from talking to the OHA. Anybody that's under the OHA umbrella that is a Junior B league can participate for the Sutherland Cup.
All right, quickly before I let you go, thoughts on the way that your team has been playing as of late? Great 6-point weekend last weekend.
Yeah, real strong. I can't speak for the Friday, Saturday game. I was away myself with my daughter's team, but Sunday we, after playing 2 games in 24 hours and then a third game in under 12 hours later, it definitely the kids responded well after what went on last week. And you know what, I just give them a lot of credit for how they've been playing and how they continue to play. I mean, today was a great period as well, and they're just doing a lot of things that we hadn't been doing in the past, and that's going to help them be successful for sure.
Appreciate your time. Thanks for sitting down with us and talking. Always enjoyable talking with you.
Great. Thanks a lot, Chris.
General Manager of the Strathroy Rockets, Dan Gibson, coming up after the break. Our period summary, out-of-town scoreboard, 1-1 after 20 minutes. We'll be right back on 105.7 My FM.
Awesome. That was fantastic. Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.